back-to-back games, failing to reach 20 points in either game. In those two games, Jalen Hurts has taken 9 sacks and ranks 22nd in the league in QBR. During the Eagles' 4-0 start, Hurts ranked 8th in QBR. Now Hurts faces a Vikings defense that could be a bad matchup for him. Hurts has the third longest average time to throw this season, just about 3 seconds. That's a long time. The Vikings defense averages about 2.5 seconds before the first pressure, among the 5 fastest teams in the NFL. Dan and J-Mac at the touchscreen over there. Fellas, how does Brian Flores and his scheme in Minnesota make life difficult for opposing QBs?
Yeah, they make you play with less while also making you see more.
Absolutely.
And 2 clips are the perfect example. When I start talking about play with less, sometimes it's the less amount of blockers. Sometimes it's the less amount of people downfield to throw the football to, while also seeing more when it comes to what's the front, what's the rotation, who's actually in coverage, and it leads to a lot of missed blocks by our up front people, our backs, or missed coverage. Okay, so as the quarterback, I get to the line of scrimmage right now. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people and a flat line.
And then when you see this 7, because I'm looking at this, and you have to set protection some way. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on this side of the center, 3 guys on that side. What are you saying to yourself, to your center, where you want guys to go?
Yeah, so the Steelers are going to take their center, right guard, and right tackle and kick him to the right. So they're trying to take these 3 and be responsible for these 3. Okay, so 6 essentially, that's fine. But the defense still has 4 here. I only have a left guard, left tackle, and back. Now, the reason why you could do that as an offense, because this back is a free release. So you sit there and say, okay, if one of those guys pressures me and we don't block them, I'll just throw it to the back.
Yes.
The problem is this. The Minnesota Vikings take those people, spin them out, and then drop them into coverage. So the person I want to throw the hot to, because there's unblocked defenders, they're completely covered.
And that's the beauty of this defense. Because we have what we call a mugged up look of all these guys on the line of scrimmage, we right away determine that, oh, Brian Flores is bringing a ton of pressure. A lot of times, to your point, for the quarterback, you have to see it pre-snap and post-snap, because all of this is right now, look, 1, 2, there's 3 guys rushing. Everybody else is in coverage. The quarterback should have plenty of time because it's 5 on 3, and still he's getting pressure right in his face.
And as an offense, we have 4 offensive linemen in blocking 1, 2 players. That's a huge advantage to the defense, and you have enough in coverage.
The vision of everybody there.
Exactly. And then you go a little bit later and go, okay, well, what about only the 4-man rushes? What you're going to get from Minnesota is this. You get a 1, 2, 3, 4-man rush with a dropout. Now, as a coverage, when I see these 3 defenders here, I actually think this is going to be some form of what we would call a middle field closed defense. So I want to work the ball to the perimeter, maybe a cover 3. And one of the keys is, what's the safety and the boundary do? Harrison Smith right here drops down to there. That is an indicator to a quarterback that you are still playing that single high safety, middle of field closed defense.
And when you get single high safety, it's going to tell you as a quarterback, you're going to have action. You're going to be able to throw the ball on the outside. But what I love about this, it's Harrison Smith dropping down. And he's not just dropping down. He's dropping down to be that kind of hook player. Because for us as a defense, I used to always hear my college coach say, simple me, complex you. For Jake Browning as quarterback, there's moving pieces all over the place. When you look at this,
that have vision or hands to get on the football leads to that massive takeaway.
Best part about this play, the best athletes on the field are the cornerbacks. One of them get the ball in their hands, and Dan, I know you've seen this a lot. Watch what he does with it. He picks that ball up, and he takes it all the way back to the crib. Where was he playing last year? He was winning the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. Somebody said online that, hey, they wanted him back. He just chose to leave. He wrote a laughing emoji, said, I'll see you guys this week.
And that's true, and this is why it matters. If Philadelphia can't run the football, they struggle mightily with those fire zone pressures.
Ooh, goodness. Okay, let's get Teddy in here. That's fascinating, you guys. Let's talk personnel. How important are the types of players? You saw one of them there that need to be there to pull off what Brian Flores is trying to do with this system and scheme.
Yeah, word J-Mac used in that presentation, which was great, was complex. And this is a complex scheme that needs smart players that know how to do multiple things, and the Minnesota Vikings defense has them. I'm going to show you a chart where 3 of their top tacklers in terms of what they do. We're talking Joshua Metellus, we're talking Ivan Pace, and you're talking Eric Wilson. Look at their pre-snap locations. Do you have any clue where they're going to be? A safety at linebacker, linebacker, over at a defensive end spot. What this looks like is chaos a lot of times, and I'm telling you, these players don't even know what they're doing sometimes. I'm going to show you a couple plays here that really illustrate the fact that how fun it can be to play in a defense like this where you can be complex, but also you need some help sometimes, because here's Eric Wilson and Ivan Pace, and they're moving around, and Pace is going to go to the end of the line of scrimmage. Harrison Smith says, no, that's mine. He pushes him out the way and says, not so much disguise, but he ends up making the tackle still because you're confusing the offense. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the score is 41-3, and they're still messing with this offense, all right? Is Pace going? Is Wilson going? He shows he's coming, but he has to drop out to 3. He showed he was going to 3. He ended up rushing, so now he comes out to 3, and then Metella says, Jake Browning's had enough. He's like, fellas, I don't know what you're doing. Just take this interception. Just take it. I'm going to throw it to you. 41-3. That's it. That's what this defense does. It's complex. It plays mind games, but you need guys like Metellus and Pace, Wilson, Cashman maybe coming back, and that's a whole different level when Blake comes back.
I can just see how that is music to your ears. It's like chicken soup for a defensive guy's soul.
Finally, we have some control sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah. Talk to him, setting the tone. All right, coming up, with Fred Warner out, can the Falcons capitalize on the 49ers' banged-up defense? J-Mac gives us the blueprint for how Michael Penix Jr. can exploit the gap. That's next, right here on NFL Live. Oh, rise up. Okay.
It's so important to stay, when the noise or when the, adversity hits, to stay true to your standard of tough detail together. When everything seems wavy around you, you got to focus on that and stay true to that and have something that grounds you, because if you don't, you're going to be reaching every which way for answers. And so that's really what I think our team's done. And Jalen, I know you asked in particular, him, all our guys.
All right, Eagles reporter Tim McManus and NFL analyst Harry Douglas are here. Tim, I want to start with you. It's just 2 games, right? But the Eagles have not had to snap a losing streak since the end of the 2023 season. How are they looking to turn the page since last Thursday lost to the Giants?
Hey, Christine. Well, Coach Nick Sirianni said that adversity makes you dig down even deeper. And we've seen some evidence of that since they lost to the Giants on Thursday. The offense held what was called by offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo a really good meeting on Monday, where players and coaches exchanged ideas, gave one another feedback. They're trying to kickstart an offense that, in the words of right tackle Lane Johnson, has become too predictable. Quarterback Jalen Hurts needs to be part of the solution. Right now, he is 22nd in passing yards per game and oversees a unit that is dead last in 3 and outs. They have the most in the entire NFL right now. And the defense needs to get going, too. We're talking about the #1 group from last year. They currently rank 21st. And cornerback Quinyon Mitchell left that Giants game with a hamstring injury. His status is a big thing to monitor this week, with the Eagles going up against Justin Jefferson on Sunday.
Okay, so HG, Tim just explained there are issues, obviously, on both sides of the ball in Philly. Which unit do you think has been more problematic?
Well, everyone's going to focus on the offense, and rightfully so, Christine, because all of the money is spent on that side of the ball. But I'm leaning towards their defense. Like Tim just mentioned, they're 21st in total defense, they're 27th in run defense, and then they're 26th in third down defense. They haven't had the pass rushers coming off the edge, arriving at the quarterback with bad intentions and very violently. When you look at the sacks right now, they have 9 in the National Football League in 6 games. Well, last year around this time, they had 18. Quinyon Mitchell being out, that's not going to fare up good for this secondary, because all these teams are going to do is just allow their wide receivers to go against free access and pick on whatever corner is bad. So the defense has to step up. They haven't lived up to their billing in 2025 just yet. They had Jalen Carter, who's missed 2 games. You had Quinyon Mitchell, who's out. You also have Nolan Smith, who's not out there with them right now. A lot of guys that departed this team and went to other teams in the offseason as well. So this defense has to live up to their capabilities as well, just like the offense has to.
Yeah, we've been so focused on the offense. They've obviously been struggling on both sides of the ball. We'll see if they're able to clean things up this weekend. Tim, thank you. Harry,